right. Ryan Day met with the media a couple days ago, or I believe that was yesterday on Thursday. And you guys got a chance to, of course, hear from him, but also a number of players. So, Steve, we're going to set the stage with you in regards to what stood out to you. What were your main focuses? What did you want to get at first and foremost?
Well, I think the very first thing I would say is it's a healthy team. Mitchell Melton, who was kind of a defensive end slash linebacker, was injured in the spring. He may be the only guy who you'd say at this point is ruled out, probably for the season. Beyond that, they are getting a lot of the guys who missed the spring back to full go, if not already full go. That includes Josh Proctor, who could start at one of the safety positions. Josh Fryer, who could be a backup offensive lineman, probably the number 6 or number 7 offensive lineman if you had to rank them 1 through 15 or whatever. A couple others. Lathan Ransom is hoping to come back from an injury he suffered in the Rose Bowl. Tyler Friday looks good. He's back, and he'll provide some depth on the defensive line. So they are getting a lot of the wounded guys. Cody Simon, a linebacker, I think he missed the Rose Bowl. He is back as well, will provide depth there. He started about half the season or more last season. It looks like it's Tommy Eichenberg and Steele Chambers as the 2 starters at linebacker, but Cody Simon is also going to play quite a bit, as he did last year, I would predict. So to me, that's probably the first thing. I think what Tony and I have to tell you is we are very limited in what we get to see, because we get to watch the first 4 practices or first 4 periods of practice yesterday and today, which constituted stretching, calisthenics, some special teams, punt coverage stuff, offensive line drills, defensive line drills with their respective position coaches, the quarterbacks throwing to wide receivers on air with nobody in coverage. So there's no 11 on 11 that we can report on. The team's not even in full pads yet. It's only the second day out of 25 practices leading up to the Notre Dame game, which is coming up, I guess, 4 weeks from tomorrow. So, it'll be here before we know it, but still in the very early stages of preseason camp. Everything seems positive. The cynics on our message board, Tony, we posted something about how there's a great attitude and a look in the eyes and they're hungry or whatever. And the people are like, oh, pull this leg. It plays jingle bells because you said the same stuff last year. And it turns out they were soft and had a leadership problem. So, these people aren't buying the hoo-ha at this point on August the 5th. They want the steak and not the sizzle. And sadly, we won't be serving any steak here until September the 3rd.
There's only so much talking up you can do about stretching and position drills. Like, we don't even get to see one-on-ones or anything like that. And what we do get to see, and I'm not complaining because we actually do get in there, and we only get 4 viewing windows this fall camp, and 2 are already gone the first 2 days. No pads, just helmets. But when you're in there for 35 minutes or so, you're trying to see as much as you possibly can. And when you do that, you also miss a lot as well. And so it's a difficult thing, and you're jotting everything down. Like, I'm trying to jot down any kind of depth chart I can based on how guys are repping in their drills. And they may not be repping 5 wide on the offensive line or 4 wide on the defensive line. You're just trying to put stuff together. But it still gives you a baseline. And then the second day gives you more understanding. And then we'll be back next week to see, is everybody still repping in the same positions in terms of the same order? Has somebody moved up? And you get some information that way. And then, of course, talking to players and coaches. Yeah, I mean, this is the time when everybody is upbeat because, again, 2 practices in, so they're not beaten down yet. They're not miserable. They're not hating life at this point. So, yeah, all is good right now because it's too early to see anything bad. And if you're seeing something bad right now, I don't know that coaches would tell you because there would be panic that they would try to be they would be avoiding letting people know.